How you going? It's Craig from Parco's Fishing FNQ. I just thought I'd give you a bit of a rundown on the boat that I use and some of the gear, some of the upgrades I've done. So yeah, it's a 475 top ender. It's one of the older boats, so she's not pretty, but she does the job, that's for sure. So yeah, a couple of the upgrades have been mainly electrical. New electrical system and also a new engine on the back of the boat. So I went for a Yamaha 90 horsepower. So I got the boat replated because it was only rated for 75 horsepower. So I've had it re-rated to a 90 horsepower 4-stroke. So yeah, we'll start going through a couple of things. So I cut a hole in the front of there you can see it. Cut a hole in the front of the cabinet there, or the console, and installed this box pretty much. So it's got everything in it that you need, and it's nice and sealed, so nothing gets wet or corroded or anything like that. The only joints that would get corroded would be the ones that are going up onto the back of the control panel or the switch panel. But yeah, other than that, that's about it. That pretty much runs straight down to the battery, and then everything else runs off of this electrical system out into the bits and pieces with the stereo and sounders and everything like that. Yeah, so I upgraded the dash a bit as well. So the dash has got obviously all your stern lights, cockpit lights, running lights, bait tank, the two end switches there that haven't got anything on them and not illuminated are both the bilge pumps. So I've got a bilge pump that's connected permanently to the 24 volt to the 12 volt, and then that will just start up automatically, and plus it's got a manual override as well as just a manual operated bilge pump, because I do quite a lot of long trips out and also overnighters. I run the Furuno 588 sounder. It's a little bit dirty at the moment, just because I went out yesterday and the day before. So, and I've got the Lawrence HDS9 Gen 3. So that I just use that primarily for my charts and everything like that. It hasn't got any sounders or transducers hooked up to it. Everything runs, my transducers are all Furuno, so I've got a 1 kilowatt transducer and a P66. So the majority of the sounding is done by the P66 until I get out a bit deeper, and then I use the 1 kilowatt for marking marlin and so forth. Obviously got the VHF radio, GME, and also run the Fusion A70, which has been a great unit. Run 2 speakers up the front, 2 down the back, and yeah, she carries about 70 litres of fuel, this boat. So I pretty much just always take out extra fuel on my bigger trips. I'll take out about 5 jerry cans. Yeah, until such time as I pull the floor up and hopefully put another tank in, I'll be doing this system. It's a bit awkward, and it takes up deck room, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. Yeah, run a Minn Kota. It's one of the later ones, so it's only about 12 months old now. And it's a 24 volt 80 pound 60-inch shaft, which is perfect for this and the way it's set up, because the head unit is supported on the side of the boat just with a noodle that I cut and support it, and that seems to do the job quite effectively. I've got some filming gear in my black box there. I usually run the 2 Eskies. One Esky goes in the front of the console and the other Esky is just my bait Esky. The batteries are up underneath the box here, so with all my safety gear and so forth. Also run a little grab bag which always sits beside the seat, which has got the EPIRB and flares in it as well, so if anything happens real quick, it's easy to grab that and bolt. Yeah, that's about it for the meantime. Yeah, haven't it's not much more. I can say I'm running a 17 pitch prop on the 90. I did a trip the other day, living out of Daintree area, so I went out to Opal and fished out in the marlin grounds out the back of Opal. So I did the whole for the 2 days. Went out Wednesday morning, come back in Thursday afternoon, and I covered 174 nautical miles for 128 litres of fuel. So, which is pretty good the way I look at it. So, yeah, so it's handy to carry the extra jerry cans. I think I went through the 5 jerry cans the 4 jerry cans that I had on board, because the fuel tank in the boat's a 70 litre. So, yeah, I used 4 jerry cans. I had one that was still full, so that was pretty good. Also carry a one of these, the fish bags. I'm just trying this one out. So I had the midi, or the one of the other fish bag types, which was a bit thicker, and it lasted a long time. It just ended up getting too many nanny spikes in the side of it, and it fills up with water now, so it's not as effective as the insulation's not as effective as it used to be. So yeah, I've retired that one for the meantime, and using this new one from that I got from BCF the other day. Always carry a bucket on the boat, yeah, lure holder, and a live bait tank at the back, which doubles up as a rubbish bin. I also run 2 batteries on this now as well, so I upgraded from just a single battery once I had the 90 on, and I'll put the dual batteries in it. I've upgraded the battery switch box, so I've got obviously a dual battery switch in there, so I've got one house battery, one start battery as such, and then can double up as start batteries. So run the hydraulic steering on the 90, and I've relocated the remote fuel filter to the outside of the boat. Just gives me a bit more room, and yeah, stops it so that I can mount up all the switches and everything like that. Yeah, the next major job I suppose on the boat is to replace the floor. The floor is getting a bit soft, but the boat's 2001 model boat, 2 model, sorry. Yeah, so yeah, I believe this is still the original floor. So I've had this boat for boarded in Darwin in 2011, so I've had it for 10 years, and yeah, I use it very often. So I ended up with my old motor. I had 1850 hours on the Yamaha 60 horsepower, and I've only had the new 90 on since March, May, and I've already clocked up 110 hours in it, 115 now. Yeah, other than that, that's about it. Tow vehicle of choice is the old trusty steed, the Land Cruiser 100 series Sahara. So yeah, if you see us out there, give us a wave, and if you like my content and my videos, press like and subscribe. Alright, cheers.